The following is an arrival address lecture given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on April 13th, 1973, in Los Angeles.
I'm very glad to see you again, and especially see Sriman Radha Govindai being worshipped nicely. Thank you very much. So, my Swami was in India, Australia, New Zealand. I was to go to Africa also, but I could not go. Everyone, our international society members are working very nicely. Australia, Sydney, Melbourne, this work is going on very nicely. Similarly, New Zealand, Auckland, they have also purchased one house and work is going on nicely. New York, they are also doing very nicely. And you are also doing very nicely. Perhaps you are still going ahead. Yes. I'm very much thankful to you that Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, came to your country. You wanted to come here, and you are well received. And worshipping, serving, he will be happy. Introduce this movement all over your country. America is favored country. This is guided about spiritual affairs. But if you introduce this Krishna consciousness movement in the right way, be yourself with the standard, then people will accept it gradually. Of course, it is not so easy to accept Krishna consciousness. One must be very fortunate. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Eyuke Brahmanda Bhumite Kono Bhagavan. Bhagavan ji means fortunate. Unless one is very, very fortunate, one cannot take up consciousness. Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, Manushanam Sanskrit Kastitas Vishidhya Jagatam Vishidhyana Kasti Dekivanta. Out of many millions of men, one tries to make his life happy. Make his life means to distinguish oneself from the animal life. Animal life is meant for self-gratification. So, one who searches after real happiness, Ramante Yogina Anand, unlimited happiness, he is one who is satisfied with temporary happiness, he is not interested. Antavattu paramte shantam bhavati alpamira. Those who are satisfied with temporary happiness, they are not very intelligent. Tadu bhavati alpamira, those who have little brain, they are satisfied with temporary. And those who are advanced, yogi, they are not satisfied with temporary. They must be seeking for unlimited happiness. That can be achieved when you go back to Krishna. Krishna is eternal. His pastimes are eternal. Just join his pastimes. His laughter dance, his play with servant boy, his dealing with his father and mother in Vrindavan. So our this movement is to join Krishna's pastime. Tattadriyam punarjanma naiti mameti kom. Simply if you try to understand Krishna, that's not very difficult. Everything is explained in the Bhagavad Gita, what is Krishna, and further explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So if you simply read our book, follow the rules and regulations, chant 16 times, it is not very difficult. Sevanoti vibhav, sayame vasturata. Things will reveal to you. So if you, in this life, simply try to understand Krishna, then your life is success. What is that success? Tattadiham punarjanmaneti. After giving us this material body, no more acceptance of material body. We remain in our spiritual body. We have got our spiritual body. There is no power like this material dress, subtle dress, and gross dress. So, if we give up the propensity of material sense gratification, that is mukti. So now a pinch, a drop of desire to enjoy material happiness, we will have to accept it. Different types of body. Out of the 8,400,000. But if we become satisfied with service of Krishna, then we are no more interested with this material happiness. That is mukti. When we used to be detestful to this material happiness. Arnareba, just like Jogai Madai said, Arnareba, no more sense, religion. That is mukti. Krishna will give you all facilities, giving facilities, whatever you want. Therefore we see varieties of life. It is arranged by Krishna through the agency of material potency. It is going on. But if we say Krishna to Krishna, now from this day I surrender unto you, my God, I don't want anything material, then you are going to liberate. And if you keep this standard, Maya will not touch you. Then after giving up this body, you go back to home, back to life. It's very easy to try to understand and be happy. Continue this Krishna consciousness movement, right earnest. Krishna will help you. Tadadrishtanam bhajatam pritipurva dadami buddhiju. Anyone who is engaged with heart and soul in the service of the Lord, Krishna is within everyone. He will give you intelligence to like this, to like this. Jena mam bhajanti. He gives that intelligence by which we can go back to him. Thank you very much. This is my talk again.
Next is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 8th chapter, text number 22, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on April 14th, 1973, in Los Angeles.
Translation. My respectful obeisances are unto you, O Lord, whose abdomen is marked with a depression like a lotus flower, who is always decorated with garlands of lotus flowers, whose glance is as cool as the lotus, and whose feet are engraved with lotuses.
Lord's feet, there are flags, lotus flower, chariot. These are the symbolic representation. God is person, but His personality is distinct from our personality. So these specific marks are there on his lotus feet. And Pankajanabhaya, another meaning, Pankajanabhaya means originally a lotus stem came out from the navel of Garbhodakshai Vishnu, and Brahma was born in that lotus flower, the origin of creation. So, Krishna's all parts of the body have reference to the Pankaja. Pankaja means lotus flower. Panka means mud, and jaw means generate. Pankaja, the lotus flower, is so important, still it is generated from mud. So, Krishna likes Pankaja very much, lotus flower. If we see lotus flower, we can immediately remember Krishna. Just like if you love your child, if you see any garment, a small shoes, or any playthings, immediately you remember your child. This is my child's shoes, this is my child's playing things, this is my garment. It is a question of love. If you actually love God, Krishna, then you can remember Him at any time, always. Always. There is no difficulty. Here, Kunti Devi describes Pankaja with reference to lotus flower. And Krishna describes himself in the Bhagavad Gita, Rasoham Apsukauntiya. I am the taste of the liquid. So Krishna can be remembered by tasting water. Even those who are drinking, if he thinks that this taste of drinking is Krishna, he will one day come out, a great saintly person. Such a nice thing, Krishna consciousness. If you cultivate Krishna consciousness, if you follow the description given by the Shastras, so I can request even the drunkards that you can become Krishna conscious. The drunkard, what to speak of others? Because Krishna says, Rasoham apsukanti. I am the taste of the liquid. Generally liquid water is there. So, liquor is also liquid. Liquor is bad because it creates intoxication. Otherwise it is made from sugar, molasses. Molasses with sulfuric acid fermented, so far I know, we are in the chemical line. Molasses fermented with sulfuric acid and then distilled. That is called spirit or liquor. The thing is, nothing is bad. But because if a thing creates bad effect, then it is bad. Then it is bad. So I shall request even the drunkards. In your country there are many drunkards. There is no scarcity. So, if you kindly remember when drinking wine, that this nice taste of wine is Krishna. Just begin with it. He'll come out one day, a saintly person, Krishna conscious. It's so nice, practical. So, Krishna is available, any circumstance. If we want to catch him, that's all. Tisam satatayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. If one is actually very serious, to search out Krishna. Krishna is everywhere. Annantarastham paramanuchayantarastham govindam adipurusham tamaham bhajami. He is within this universe. Not only he is within your heart, he is within the atom even. So it is not difficult to find him out, but you must know the process, how to find him. And this process is very simple. And the process we are distributing by the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to everyone without any charge. The process is chant Hare Krishna. As soon as you chant Hare Krishna, immediately you understand Krishna. As soon as you see the lotus flower, if you hear this verse, this Sanskrit verse is meant for understanding ourselves. It is not for simply selling our books. Every one of you, we are repeating this verse again and again so that you are expected to chant these mantras. Not that the book is kept. I am a very learned scholar. What kind of learned scholar? If I find the book, then I can speak. That is not scholarship. You must chant. Therefore we are teaching in our Dallas children simply to learn Sanskrit. We have nothing to do anything else. They are not going to be technologies or servant of everyone. No. We want some generation who can preach Krishna consciousness. So if they learn simply English and Sanskrit, they will be able to read this book, and that is sufficient. We don't want anything. All informations are there. Throughout the whole world, whatever knowledge is there. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, everything is there. There is literature, there is poetry, there is philosophy, there is religion, there is love of Godhead, there is astronomy. Everything is there. Srimad Bhagavatam, Amalam Purana, Vidya Bhagavatavadi. If one simply reads this Srimad Bhagavatam, his education is the topmost. Vidya Bhagavatavadi. There is something topmost, ultimate. So for education, Vidya, this is Srimad Bhagavatam. If one studies Srimad Bhagavatam, he is well versed in every subject matter. So, we want to create a new generation in your country so that in future there will be fluent speaker in Srimad Bhagavatam and preach all over the country, and your country will be saved. This is our program. We have come here not to exploit your country, but to give you something substantial. This is Krishna consciousness movement. So, read Srimad Bhagavatam, pronounce the verses very nicely, therefore you are repeating, you hear the records and try to repeat. Simply by chanting the mantra, you will purify. Simply by chanting, even if you do not understand a single word of it, simply if you chant, this vibration has got such power. Sinnatang sakata Krishna punna savana kirtana. If you simply chant and vibrate these verses, these slokas, it is punna savana kirtana. There is no question of understanding. Punna savana kirtana. Punna means pious, and savana means hearing, and kirtana means chant. One is chanting this verse, and one who is hearing this verse, he is becoming pious automatically. Pious. To become pious, one has to endeavor so much, do this, do that. But if you simply hear these verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, therefore, as a rigid principle in every temple, there should be class for hearing and chanting. Without hearing and chanting to become leader, it is impossible. Okay, you can become leader in the material world, but not in the spiritual. Savan kirtan kare, mali haiya sai bij kare aropan, savan kirtan jale karo esecha. Bhaktilata bij, it is a seed of developing your original consciousness. Just like in the seed there is potency, in a small seed, a mustard like. But if you sow it, in due course of times, it comes out a big banyan tree. There's so much potency in that seed. Where is that scientist? Just prepare a seed in which there is a big gigantic banyan tree. Where is your science? That is not possible. But Krishna says, Bijoham sarvabhutanam. I am that seed. So anyone can appreciate. Suppose the banyan seed, you have seen the fig fruit, and there are hundreds and thousands of seeds. And in each seed there is a banyan tree. Each seed. If you simply study a fig of banyan tree, you can study the whole cosmic manifestation. If you simply think about this is a small seed, insignificant, and there are millions of seeds like that, millions of fruits there, and each seed containing the potency of fructifying into big banyan tree. So who has made it? How much his brain is sharp that he has made it. It is done by brain. It does not come out automatically. This is rascaldom. Automatically, where is coming rascaldom? No. There is brain. Janmadasya jataha. The Vedanta Sutra says that everything is coming from him, coming from his brain. Big brain. Krishna has got big brain. We haven't got such brain. Still, we rascals, we claim that I am as good as Krishna. I am God. What nonsense you have got. You cannot create anything. So this Krishna consciousness movement is so nice. Here, Kunti Devi, a great devotee, is giving us opportunity to become Krishna conscious. Simply concentrating your mind on lotus flower. A lotus flower. As soon as you see a lotus flower, you will immediately think of Namo Pankaja Nabhaya. Krishna's navel is just like lotus flower. From the navel of Krishna there was a stem of lotus flower. And from that lotus flower, Brahma came out, and Brahma created this universe. This universe means so many planets, so many seas, mountains and cities, motor cars, everything. Within that lotus flower, the beginning is Namo Pankaja Nabhaya. And Namo Pankaja Malini. So such wonderful lotus flower which contains the seedling of the whole universe. That is not only one, but Pankaja Maline. Just like here is a garland, there are so many flowers. So Krishna is not so poor that simply producing one lotus flower is finished. No, there is a garland of lotus flower, big garland, or as many lotus flowers as you want. This is God. Yasyaika nishasita kalamathavalamba jivanti loma vilaja jagadannanath. Unlimited, everything is unlimited. Krishna's creation. We are very much concerned with one planet, this. But Krishna's creation is unlimited number of planets. As you see unlimited number of hairs on your head. You cannot count. Can you count how many hairs are there? This is Krishna's creation. You cannot count. So what to speak of this here? Anything you take. You take one tree, unlimited number of foliages. You cannot count. Similarly, unlimited number of planets, unlimited number of universes. Everything unlimited, therefore is unlimited. Namo Pankaja Navaya. Pankaja Malini. Namo Pankaja Netraya. Krishna's eyes are compared with the petals of lotus flower. Alula Chandrakala Sadbanamal Bangsi. So, if you simply think only one verse, as it is explained here, and the Pankaja, lotus, intertwines with Krishna's body, you can meditate the whole life. How Krishna is beautiful, how Krishna is wise, how Krishna's creation. This is meditation. Thinking of Krishna. Dhyanavastita gatina manasa pasyantijam yogina. Yogina means, yogi means he is always thinking of Krishna, matpara. That is yogi. These rascals are not yogi. Thinking something impersonal and being harassed. Klesha adhikatarastesha abbhaktya sattachitasa. They are simply laboring. Adhikatara. More and more. They cannot get anything substantial. They perhaps are meditation. Come on, give me cigarette. Come on. My throat is now dried up. Give me cigarette. That is not meditation. Meditation means this is Namo Pankaja Netraya. So, if we think of Krishna always, Satatang, Chintanantang Ma, always thinking of me, Jatantaschadirabrata, and endeavoring to advance in Krishna consciousness with bhav, then we have to remain purified, because Krishna is purified. Parabrahma, Paramdhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. You cannot approach Krishna impurified. But if you think of Krishna always in this way, meditate upon Krishna, then you will be purified. Punya Savana Kirtana. That meditation can be possible by hearing and chant. Then thinking will automatically come. That is the process of Krishna consciousness. Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam. Smaranam means remember. If you chant and hear, then remembrance will automatically come. Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam. Then you will be engaged in worshipping his lotus feet. Archanam. Then you will be engaged in Archan, the temple worship. Vandanam, offering prayers. Dasam, you will engage in yourself as servant. Sakhyam, he'll become friend of Krishna, Atmanivedam, and surrender everything to Krishna. This is the process. So each and every verse you should chant very perfectly, nicely, meditate upon it. That is the process of progress, advancement in spiritual life. We should get all these verses by heart and chant and offer prayer to the Lord. Bandhanam. Bandhanam. These are meant for such purpose. Namo Pankaja Navaya. Namo Pankaja Malini. Namo Pankaja Netraya. Namaste Pankajangrai. Everything is Krishna with their passion. Thank you very much.